Starmen Podcast.
Hello and welcome to Starmen Debates. I am your host, Devin. With me is Billy, Cody, and David.
Woo!
Hey, everybody.
Greetings to everyone!
And guys, before we start, we'll go around the room. What's everyone playing or watching these days?
Yeah, I finally got around to watching Jojo Rabbit the other night.
That's the Nazi movie.
Yeah, it was the 10-year-old kid who was the imaginary friend who's Hitler. Yeah.
Sounds interesting enough to really look into.
Oh, it's a hilarious movie. Like, I was laughing from almost the whole way through.
Cody?
I've been playing Apex and Fortnite, both battle royale games where you have to kill everyone.
Okay. David?
I've been recently playing the Collection of Mana series, so...
Okay.
Yeah. They're an action RPG series. I think one of the first ones.
I do remember the Secret of Mana on Super NES.
Yep, that's the one everyone remembers.
Yeah. And then one for the DS, but apparently that's not a good one.
A lot of people feel that the series took a dip after either the... Well, it depends on whether you like the PS1 game of the Legend of Mana. After that, though, everyone agrees the series took a dip.
Okay.
Though it didn't help it was in hibernation after that.
And I just finished Little Misfortune, so...
Yeah, what?
Little Misfortune is a sole successor to Frambo, which is a psychological horror game.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Made by the same company and takes place pretty much in the same universe.
Okay, so...
Sweet.
Nice.
A hilariously depressing game.
Devastated.
Yeah. And guys, for the topic today, we're going to talk character rosters.
Choose your fighter!
There's so many to choose from. Who do I decide? Oh, I'll take the big guy. So yeah, this usually is a thing for fighting games, but it can be actually for any genre.
Yep.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
But this is basically having multiple playable characters available for the player to pick and choose whoever they want. And like the most common one, like we said, are fighting games. And Bill, you would know a bit about this with your wrestling.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, when you think about it, when they started out with, like, maybe 5-6 wrestles in the original games.
Yeah, I remember the original WrestleMania had 8 playable characters.
And I think the most I had was 140, maybe 106. I can't remember. It was one of the last one of the games that came in the last few years had like the biggest roster ever.
Yeah, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and that's not. I don't think that was counting the DLC.
Got your examples for games with rosters?
Let's see, Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Yeah. How many? Roughly, because...
Maybe 20 or more.
Okay, that's a decent roster,
Yeah.
but not overbearing.
Yeah.
But, like, they've got some interesting characters.
Oh yeah, no, the Tekken series?
Oh, yeah. Boxing Kangaroo.
That's my favorite character in that game series.
A bear.
Yeah, you can play as a bear or a panda.
A raptor.
Yeah, a raptor with boxing gloves. Or some sort of wooden doll thing. And Billy's looking at us like, are you guys high?
Why would a raptor need boxing gloves? It's got claws.
I think that's the point. It's supposed to be dumbed down, so it's a fair fight.
Yeah, so we don't want the other, people murdered.
Even though the raptor does bite.
Wait, was Dead or Alive the one that had the little dinosaur guy?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's Tekken, I think.
Oh, right.
Dead or Alive actually had like a pretty normal cast for the most part.
Alright.
Yep.
David, your examples.
Well, for me, the one that stands out the most is the Suikoden series.
So this is different because this is a JRPG.
Yeah. The gimmick is to collect, for each one, is to collect the 108 stars of destiny. Most of them, or which are playable.
Yeah.
Most are standard, but some give you some unique ones, like playing as a monster or even as a beaver.
Nice. Billy, you have a very weird look on your face. I wish we had a face cam.
Is your brain all right, sir?
If you pause, you can see where Billy's brain snapped. Now, I can list several fighters. The one that struck me as why does it have a character roster was actually Yoshi's Island for the DS. This had 4 playable characters?
So a game just had Yoshi's Island, you assume it would just be Yoshi, right?
Yeah. Well, the original Yoshi Island was just Yoshi and Baby Mario.
Yeah.
This one has you be as Peach, Wario, Mario, or Luigi, I think.
Donkey Kong was in there too, I think.
Oh, Donkey Kong.
Yeah, each one had a unique skill set. So.
Yeah.
Whether that worked or not, I don't know.
It played the same, in my opinion. No
Alright.
offense to anyone who loves that game.
Alright.
It's still a really good game. It's just I didn't know there was much in the play mechanics.
Alright.
Other than like Donkey Kong and Wario didn't jump far enough for my taste.
Nah. In a weird way, Yoshi's Island, the original Yoshi's Island was kind of like a multiple character thing too. It just didn't matter.
No, it was just different colored Yoshis.
Yeah. Hot potato.
Now you take them. It's like custody wars.
Yeah.
Your turn to have the kid for the weekend.
Oh joy.
You take the little bastard now.
Yeah. So the posing question is: does having a large roster help a game or hinder it?
Half and half for me, because sometimes I like the options of different wrestlers.
Okay.
Because, like, the WWE games, like, I mean, I love, like, just playing around, thinking of, like, a low card wrestler, but, like, and have him beat the champion.
Yeah.
Like,
Go to your phone.
I kind of prefer it to be like 20.
20's your limit. Like any more than that, you're like too many people.
Like maybe 20 to 30. Because once you start getting up there, it just gets to be too much.
Yeah. So
Because you're always like, oh, who am I going to play as? There's so many damn choices.
we'll come back to these
Yeah.
in a moment. But I just want to know everyone's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it would vary. Like, how many of them are going to be unique? How many of them are going to be just echo fighters?
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing.
That's what I was going to come back around to.
Alright.
Because that's one of the flaws of having a huge roster is we run into clone characters who are basically the same guy or same skill sets, just different guy name.
Or flat out generic characters.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you here? I'm fighting for justice. Or,
Yeah. I fight for justice, but what do you do?
yeah. I'm fighting for steak.
Yeah. And I'm on the same fence. I like a smaller roster mostly, but there is such a thing as too small of a roster. 8 playable characters means, sure, I'm going to find someone I like real freaking quickly, but I'm going to be bored of this game real freaking quickly.
yeah.
Also, fun fact, the original Naruto Clash of Ninjas game had 8 playable characters.
Did you get bored of that quick?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But Devin, you can do a Naruto run.
Yeah. That is really actually dedicated to a select few characters in that game. Guess one of them.
Gee, I wonder. Naruto run. I wonder who uses that.
But I will give the game props for making the 8 playable characters very unique and different.
Well, I hope they did. They only had 8.
Yes.
Yep.
But off that topic and into having huge rosters, this also means that some games like the story mode is going to be tremendous.
Oh, oh yeah. It was like WWE, like when you do like the backstage stuff, you can like interact with like anyone who's backstage.
Yeah. I imagine they water it down so there's only a few people you interact with at a time.
Oh yeah, if you
but-
interact with time, almost every time you can go to the backstage area, it's different. So
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
But like, if you had to play as every character on the roster just to get a storyline for each one of them, that'd be a little daunting.
Yes, no. Thank God they've never done that. Just like
Well, you don't play traditional fighters. In traditional fighters, everyone has their own arcade mode or story mode. So every character on the roster has their own fight this set amount of people to get my story.
Yep.
Or just to find out what they do afterwards.
Yeah, or like, why, even to figure out why are they here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm glad that most other games now, or newer games, have this actual story mode where it's just you play as certain characters for the story, and you
Yeah.
just find out the whole world story.
I really like that.
Yeah.
That they do that now.
Makes it easier.
Makes it much easier, except for the fact that like it limits you to like you really got to be good with these characters because they're the main story characters.
True.
That is true.
You can't pick your favorite. You gotta play as this guy.
Yeah. That
Oh
does-
boy, I suck with this guy.
Yeah. Ugh, I am not good at all with this guy. I never even touched this one. My big example of that is Blaze Blue. They made story as a visual novel style game with a bit of fighting in it. And then I've played as characters. I was like, I forgot you were actually on the roster.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I have an example of characters I had to play as in one game,
Okay.
Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah.
Johnny Cage.
You don't like playing Johnny?
Not really. Mostly because his moves are sort of hard to pull off.
Yeah, I
Sure.
can see that.
It's like you have to be centered just right. If not, he just kicks air. Or punches air.
Yeah. So, yeah, the other thing that we kind of alluded to is how, with big rosters, how often do you play everyone on the roster?
Oh yeah. I mean, well, like the last WWE game, I looked it up. Total 238 wrestlers.
Okay. So you just blew my game's roster out of the
Yeah.
water. I looked this up, the biggest fighting game roster that I could find. I'm pretty sure there's probably one that beats it, but 200 fighters. Tobis 2?
Mm-hmm.
Made by Square Enix in 2007. So that is really an impressive roster because before that, the only game I knew that had a huge roster was my Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 game,
Which is a mouthful to say.
Yep.
which is a mouthful to say, which had 150 characters, and that is if you include transformations as separate characters.
Yeah. Because
Wow.
yeah, because like I said, with the WWE games now it's like the reason why the roster is so big is they include NXT.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
we
wow.
got the developmental So you got the main roster, NXT, and Legends,
Yep.
and DLC characters when they come out.
Yeah. So it just keeps getting added on to.
Yeah, and plus the last few years they've had like wrestlers and and the different gimmicks. Like the funny thing is having a fate. Actually, I think one that's having a fatal four-way. I was able to do one time with Mick Foley versus Mankind versus Dude Love versus Cactus Jack.
Jesus.
So that's always hilarious, right?
Yeah. This is probably what goes on in Mick Foley's head every day.
Yeah.
And whoever wins takes the persona for the day.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, David, I want to ask you more about the Suikoden series because that had 808
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah. Some mandatory, others optional.
And what was the party limit?
Normally 6.
So you normally allowed 6 out of 108 people to choose from.
Yep.
Jeez.
At first, they were kind of generic. No, there was fun playing the junk characters because
Yeah.
you're playing as a chef or an elevator operator.
It's got that look again.
Yeah.
Elevator operator.
Yep, first one. I think he was called Sergey. Fought with a wrench.
Yep.
What the hell is this game?
Suikoden.
Yeah. You ever heard of Konami's greatest RPG series, Cody?
I've heard the name. I've never played it.
Well, maybe you should.
Philistine.
Because I'm used to RPGs having like a bit of a roster, maybe 12 characters. You can only choose like 4.
Right.
But yeah, the Suikoden just takes that at ballpark and just bye.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to choose out of 108 characters.
Oh yeah, there's no way you could play all of them in a single sitting, but
No.
that's what New Game Plus is for.
Yeah. But even then, you're going to be fixated on a few of your favorites.
Yep. And then there's the ones who are forced, so that's another problem.
Yeah.
Now you have to have this person on your team. Why? Because we said so.
Yeah.
But they suck.
Too
Well,
bad.
maybe you should have played as them more, but they suck.
Sadly, that is a common problem of the earlier ones, at least.
Yeah. I don't want to play the guy with the axe. He's stupid.
Yep, Gremio. I didn't mind him, but his stats were god awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I meant the bodyguard characters. In later ones they fixed that with better stats, but I know what you mean.
So, the other thing that you brought up is joke characters.
Ah.
I don't want to talk, because they add to the roster too. But
Oh,
Dan.
who's Dan? It's basically watered down Ryu.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to shoot a Hadoken that's only about a foot long? That's the joke, everyone.
Dead silence from the audience.
Yep. I don't know why I bring up the Naruto games a lot, but there's one joke character that we had to actually ban because you couldn't really fight it. I think it's in the second one, but you can unlock Akamaru, which is the dog, which is a short, small, little dog. And
I'm assuming since he was small, he was a pain to hit.
yeah, you had to use low attacks just to hit the bugger. And he had this thing where he just flies through the air all over the place.
Jesus.
Oh, kind of like with Yoda and Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Yep, Yoda was a short little bastard.
Yeah, I'm looking at him like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
you should.
No kick you must use.
Oh, yes. That game.
Why didn't they play test that art?
I imagine they did, but they didn't think anything wrong with it because he's a special guest character.
Yeah.
Or let's give Link a sword that heals him constantly.
Oh yeah, I remember that from 2.
Yeah.
Xbox and PlayStation had their unique guest character, but everyone remembers Link as the sword.
Yeah. Great fairy sword. What's it do? It just basically gives you back your health. Not even by hitting. It just regenerates.
Holy.
Wow. That is kind of broken.
It was.
Hello, Game Breaker.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think its downfall though was it doesn't do a lot of damage.
Alright.
At that point, you're winning because your opponent cannot kill you anyway. So why not drag out the match as long as possible?
Yeah.
Ribby. That's actually in the last W2K20. That was a character you can unlock in the career mode.
Who? What?
Ribby.
Okay, what is it?
A guy in a rib costume. Like a food mascot.
Oh, okay. See, when you say Ribby, I think a frog for some reason.
Oh. No, like it was...
At first, I thought he said Ruby.
Because I think the storyline in the career mode is you're wrestling in like an indie show in Memphis, and your guy has to fight the mascot.
Sure. Craziest one I can think of is in Tony Hawk. I think it's 3 or 4, but you unlock Spider-Man.
Oh. SmackDown 3. You can unlock Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit.
Oh yeah. Did you know that's what everyone wanted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something to the other here. When the SmackDown was realized you can unlock when the Undertaker's druids.
Yeah. I remember that, and that actually was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's...
As far as joke characters go, who would be a joke character in the roster for a wrestling game?
Like, as like an actual wrestler?
Yeah. Or, you know, someone that just, you'd have a laugh if you picked him.
Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle, I think, would be a good candidate for that.
Oh yeah.
Because back in because back in the day, they could have put Dink in the game.
Nope. However, that Doink was in there.
Oh, yeah. They kind of put him as, I think they only put him in one game since,
Ooh.
as a DLC, which...
They bring him back for that one game, but...
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I love, like, this, I was, like, looking at the WWE games rosters to see which legends, because for me, it's, like, I enjoy when they bring in wrestlers that haven't been in a while.
Yeah.
One, I think, they had Rick Martel, the last game he was in, was 93, so...
Fair enough.
Wow.
Okay. Weirdest game that had a character roster. That you're like, why does this have a character roster? I already said mine, like the DS Yoshi's Island.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like a tremendous character roster. It could only be like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Would unexpected count?
What?
Would unexpected count?
Yeah.
For me, Devil May Cry 5.
That has a character roster?
Yep, 3.
Okay.
Apart from Dante, there's Nero and V.
Okay, I can see that now, sort of.
Yeah. Though you do unlock Dante last.
Weird.
Yeah, it starts with Nero. And V, and then Dante comes in later.
Weird, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't think of.
I can't think of any either.
all right.
Well, I mean, the only one that comes to my head is Until Dawn, but that's not really that strange. But I wasn't really expecting to play as multiple characters in that game.
Okay.
I don't know if that would count.
Yeah. Surprised you guys didn't say Resident Evil.
Oh,
Damn it.
yeah. Oh, because I was thinking, like, well, because I mean,
Like I said, it didn't have to be a huge roster and one or two people.
Plays
Yeah.
Hunk,
yeah.
the unsung hero.
Well, Tofu.
Yeah, I was
A
really
stick of tofu.
yeah. I was like, tofu was the weirdest thing I think in any Resident Evil game, right?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
I can think of some weird characters in games, but they're kind of obscure.
No, go ahead.
The Super Robot War series. One had that. What's her name? The Vocaloid singer everyone likes.
Oh,
From Japan?
yeah.
The one with the green hair.
Damn it.
I know her, like Miku or something.
Yeah. She was in one of them. She had a robot to pilot.
Oh, wow.
And another one had, what was that anime called? Captain Caro, I believe it's called.
Okay.
He was in one of them with his own little fighting machine. Two people I was not expecting to get in there,
Yeah.
but they were there.
Yay.
See what I mean by weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, which?
Oh, the Terminator.
Okay.
2K16 or 17 he was in.
Okay.
He had both. You could have the one from T2 and the one from the first one.
Nice.
I mean, there was like supposed to be the pre-order bonus, which I love how they advertised it. They did the parody of the Terminator 2 Judgment Day when he walks into the biker bar,
Oh, nice.
and it's like all the current wrestlers.
Wow.
I mean, go on. Well, Schwarzenegger is in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I think it's one of the injustices, but you can play as Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Joker for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like Mortal Kombat versus DC. There's a Mortal Kombat where you can get Joker.
As a DLC
wow.
character.
Yeah.
I remember that game.
I do remember the horror movie monsters or horror movie slashers
Yeah.
for Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, like
Freddy.
Leatherface,
What?
Predator,
That was it.
and Jason.
And Jason, sorry. I forget Jason.
Wait. Which Mortal Kombat was that?
10.
Yeah, 10.
Okay, never played it, so.
That's the only reason why I bought it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Fair enough.
so, we talked about downfalls of having a huge roster. We kind of went over some joke characters and that. Okay, small rosters. How annoying would it be, Billy, if we kept with only 8 wrestlers?
Oh, yeah, no. Like, nowadays,
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, that would be so annoying. Because like, you get like diehard fans of NXT want to play as the favorite NXT wrestlers, and they didn't put NXT in the game.
No. So, what's the smallest amount of roster you could tolerate? And that goes out to all of you.
All right.
60?
60 wrestlers.
Yeah.
If any less than that, and you're like, this game's not great.
Yeah. Plus, and also my thing too is gotta have the right amount of legends.
Yeah. Because they did like the Legends series, like where it was just all legends.
Oh, yeah, that was a separate video game series.
Yeah.
Which I wish that would make it come back because the rest because that's like wrestlers when I first started learning about different some of the old school wrestlers.
Yeah.
I think for me, 20 to 30.
20 to 30. That seems to be your golden benchmark for
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
I'm not that picky as long as the game's made around that party,
Yeah.
so to speak. Like if it's 8 characters and it's designed for those 8 characters, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I do have a weird example of a number of characters that pissed me off. The original Dragon Quest VII,
Yeah.
you had at the end of the game you had 5 characters, but you could only have 4.
Oh, wow. So you had to put bench one.
Yeah. And you couldn't, and it wasn't just like the whole party was there. You had to go back to a house to get that other character if you wanted to use it.
Yeah. That's annoying.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, the other video game series that I know has, if you want to count crazy total roster, I don't know how much, how many different players are in it total. Baseball.
Yeah.
Because if you count, because I was just saying there, because you got the current players,
Yeah.
and the last one had 3 Legends teams, plus the minor league, all the minor league players.
Right.
So I thought to myself, like, oh yeah, that's like what.
No, sports games would have quite the roster too.
Yeah.
I imagine there's even football games that have a crazy amount of rosters.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like man has the. Yeah, I think man is the only one in possibly basketball, the only ones that don't have the minor league teams.
Maybe. I don't know sports games
Yeah,
well
because
enough.
I know baseball and hockey you can play as the main
Mhm.
teams, and you can play as different other leagues too. Because I was playing with because the last baseball game I'm discovering. I went through and I find I think 3 or 4 months after I got the game that they actually had Legends teams.
Yeah.
Because before they would have one Legends team, but a lot of people had a hard time unlocking it, so you had to get the special Legends card from each team to create and to unlock those Legend cards are extremely hard.
Okay.
But this one, everything was unlocked. I'm like, oh, all right.
So speaking of which, we're going to now just switch into DLC and unlockable characters.
And Devin's looking at me because he knows I've had issues with DLC lately.
Yep.
I think I want to hear this.
And pissed off with the last WWE game, then I'm like, wait, these are just DLC. I really have no. And by the time being one of the last matches, I'm like, why am I getting mad? These are just DLC characters that are just original characters that they created just for the game. I was getting frustrated playing it, but I'm like, oh. That's the second time I had that, why am I getting ticked off at match? The other time, I think when someone was to Devin, I think you almost died laughing when I clued in. It was the last match in the showcase mode. I could not beat it. I was getting frustrated, but wait, am I getting mad but I can't finish a match that I saw live in person?
Put things in perspective.
Yeah, I'm just playing. Wait a minute. I'm playing the main event to the WrestleMania I was at. Why am I getting mad at this?
I saw it live. That's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, No, thanks to DLCs, we can now add to rosters of games
Oh yeah, like
for a price.
yeah.
And we can even make season passes so
Yeah.
you can spend to get potential characters that are coming in.
Yeah.
Potential.
Except when they don't.
Yeah, have heard that has happened a few times, but most games now, when they say they're going to release 5 new characters,
Right.
there's going to be 5 new characters, but I would like to know who.
Yeah.
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 'Cause I think W2K20, I think the only DLC character that they announced that everyone wanted was the Fiend.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then. Sorry, you were going to say?
Dead or Alive 6 has 20 characters. I have access to maybe 5 of them. No, I mean, I have access to 15 of them.
I was gonna say, like, which means you suck, you can't, you couldn't unlock the rest.
I bet it's 15.
Oh, well, let's talk about that, Billy. Unlocking characters to add to your roster.
Yeah.
Because there are some that are really hard to get from an unlock. Smash had some crazy characters to unlock. I don't remember exactly who was unlocked by doing what, but I know you had to beat the hard mode without continuing to unlock one.
Warning, challenger approaches.
Yeah. And then you had to beat the freaking new character you just unlocked.
Yeah.
Or else you had to do it all over again.
Oh,
God.
Better be worth it.
My only fun story of that is in Melee, my cousin had a heck of a time trying to get Luigi unlocked. So he gets to the fight with Luigi and hands it to me. He's like, "Here, you try it." And he's playing Link, so I just grab a Luigi, kick him over the edge. Luigi does that missile headbutt into the edge of the thing and then falls to his death, and I win.
There, I unlocked him for you.
I was like, wow, so hard.
You had trouble with this? So, my question is, was his reaction astonished, pissed, or both?
Both.
Yes!
A nice combination of astonished.
Oh, the best kind.
He's like, I can't believe it, that was so easy for you, and also, freak you game. Okay, I want to throw out another game that had a weird character roster. Time Splitters, Future Perfect.
Okay, yes, I do remember the Time Slow series.
Yeah. This had almost everything. I remember there being a gingerbread man. As well as a Grim Reaper and some sort of undead moose character.
Oh,
Okay.
As well as like every other character in the game, like
Yeah.
from minor enemy to just they've appeared in a cutscene.
Oh,
A gingerbread man.
Yeah,
And
and this is a first-person shooter, by the way.
give the gingerbread man a Tommy gun, he's good to go.
My head hurts.
I guess for me, the weirdest roster was Chrono Cross.
That had some pretty insane but sick characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun guy.
That was the mushroom, right?
Yep, the Mushroom Man.
Yeah.
There was a mushroom?
Yep. Talking turnip.
Where the hell was I when this... What?
I remember the
hell?
dog, like the big fluffy dog.
Oh God. Pushel.
Pushel, yeah,
Pushel,
yeah.
I think that's her name.
There was a dog?
Yep. A big pink talking dog.
Find your soulmate, Cody.
Good one, Devin. Take a bow.
Thank you. I only made a Simpsons reference that I'm pretty sure no one else has ever made, yeah.
I don't remember any of those characters.
Did you play the game?
Chrono Cross?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must have just, like, went beeline the story mode then.
I mean,
Could be.
I can understand the fun guy and the talking turnip, but the dog's right there in the village.
Yeah.
Oh, that dog. I didn't know. Was he a
What
pet?
other big, giant, pig talking dog do you think we're talking about, Cody?
Well, to be fair, it's been like 10 years since I played it. I didn't know you could get him on your party.
Yeah, he's like a really early get, too.
Yep.
'Cause I remember having him in, like, the starting party and then, like, switching them out whenever I finally had enough people to switch them out because I really didn't care for the thing.
Yeah. Just give the dog a bone and she'll follow you.
Yeah.
Actually, you can, even if you say no to kids, she'll join you then too. So there were 2 times you get to join. You have for her to join.
And with that weirdness, I think we're going to wrap this up. Any final thoughts on character rosters, guys?
Keep it within reason.
Keep it within reason is a good one.
Keep it weird.
The weirder, the better, I find, for a lot of character rosters.
A straw doll.
Yep.
Boxing Panda.
Yep.
Ruby.
Yep. And slap a bead in Skate 3.
What?
There's a skateboarding game called Skate 3, and if you do the Hall of Meat challenges, you unlock a slab of meat.
Okay. Sorry I asked.
It's all you ever wanted.
That's all I ever wanted, just to skateboard around as a big giant steak. And then scream special delivery when I fly in through the air and hit someone.
Okay.
And with that, thank you all for listening. This has been a Starman Debates. I am your host, Devin.
Billy, dig it.
Cody, peace out.
David, see you later.
Have a good one, guys.